We did get the trailer for Exodus, as I said, the next one. And it was said that it will appear in early 2027, or it will be releasing in 27. I did post some thoughts on the trailer and on the CC Orlev mystery, let's say, last Sunday or last Saturday. And I think the mystery is currently not so much with, let's say, the CC Orlev character, who it's going to be, but what's going to happen with the game as such, because the next, let's say, reveal or the bombshell reveal, and you have already mentioned in the chat is that, and I have it written here, James Ohlen will step aside and stay on as a creative consultant for the company, having asked to shift his creative focus to tabletop games. So somebody who leaves a gaming studio in order to, let's say, regain more creative freedom to create a game to his liking, or have the option to create a game to his liking, is now suddenly saying, after we have just seen another trailer for the game, that he would like to rather focus on tabletop games. I don't know what's going on there. I think it's Wizards of the Coast having their fingers very deeply in Archetype Entertainment and, you know, just playing them as puppets. And I believe that this is not a good sign for the game, to be honest, because if somebody like Ohlen, who was really very invested in creating this game, suddenly says, yeah, he's going to focus on the tabletop games, I have to ask myself if this was like voluntary, or if he was like told to step aside, or he decided this because he has seen maybe something that we don't know yet, and maybe the game is going into a direction that he didn't want to be responsible for. So in any case, the reactions haven't been so great. So I did just quickly Google it today, and the internet is already full with the news. The reactions are not exactly the greatest, as you can see. I mean, I did find something which is summarizing what happened, and that is from Rock Paper Shotgun. They are writing that he's stepping aside, leaving the team to polishing and tuning. Normally that's not something you would do until the game at least like releases. So doing this at this time, 1 or 2 weeks after we have just seen another trailer, I don't know if it was a reaction maybe to what the people have said about the trailer, or what was the general sentiment, because I think that, I'm not sure if you have seen my vid, but I think a lot of the people have pointed out that there are some things that don't look so great. For me, it was the change in the characters and how they are changing their faces. And those eyes look weird, and I mean it's really visible as well here on the screen on this particular screenshot from the game. Tom is kind of really changed in a weird way, I have to say. So he looks completely different like he did in the first trailer. And it's nothing to do with the aging part. Like I said already before, that's nothing to do with the aging. It's just that his face is looking kind of different and weird, to be honest, especially the eyes. What I did like is that they changed this bowl haircut that Elise had. That's the lady in the mech suit, because she looked absolutely awful in the first trailers that we have seen. So they have now changed at least the haircut a little bit, make her different. So I have to give them that much, that they at least try to like listen to the feedback. But there was like more in terms of people were wondering during this second trailer that we have seen, that we have just seen a lot of the reused materials already also from the previous trailers. We have seen something new as well, but what we have seen from the, let's say, new stuff wasn't so overwhelming. I think most people have said, well, it was okay. So it wasn't so wow as the first impression that we've got from the first trailer. So this second one was already not giving us the feeling, and there were a couple of people that have pointed it out. So I'm not sure if it was like him stepping away because of that feedback, that is not having the feeling it's going into the right direction, or like I said, if it was because the Wizards of the Coast told him to step aside. I don't know. I just find it a very weird time to do it right now, to be honest. So yeah, I think many people think that something's going on right now because of what happened. And yeah, of course they will try to turn it around and into a positive way and say that he felt his work on the game was complete and that the polishing and tuning were in great hands. So that's why he stepped aside. I don't know. Especially when it comes from vice president from Hasbro, not from Ohlen himself. So yeah, I have my doubts. Okay, so there is something more here written. You can read it later as well. Again, I will post it in the description. But I'm just not really having a great feeling. And if I just looked up the reactions again, I have to go back to Reddit. I know many people do criticize Reddit for all sorts of reasons, and in most cases I have to give them that much that yes, this is the Reddit space is a woke leftist cesspool. I will be blunt, but it's also a good indicator about the overall sentiment. If already in this, let's say, woke leftist cesspool, people are saying that they find it weird and they have doubts and they don't like it, then that's already something to say. And as you can see, people are writing here as well, when the guy who only came back to head a new game studio he could have creative control over leaves suddenly, it's either because he's dealing with some deeply troubling personal life issues, or the reasons he had for coming back no longer exist. Yeah, people are writing that that's not a good sign. So as you can see, there's a lot of feedback here. Again, I will also post a link. I think this picture just expresses it completely. No, I have my doubts really into what direction the game is now evolving, even more after now that this happened. So I don't know. I really, really don't know. John is saying the characters look like figurines. Oh yeah, that's a good description. Like if they would not be really alive. And Snakish is saying, yeah, John, they look like they're made out of Play-Doh. Yes, exactly. It's in general, I know that the art style, from what we have seen in the trailers, it's not like 100% realism, so it's not going to be super extra hyper realistic. They do have a little bit of a cartoonish style in what we have seen. That's okay. But even with characters that are a little bit more cartoonish, it doesn't have to mean that you will make the characters with weird or dead eyes or with some weird facial expressions. So yeah, that was one of the things like which happened in the last 1 or 2 days, and yeah, like I said, it doesn't really give me hope that the game is going to evolve into a good direction. I will still keep my tabs on it. I will still follow up on the news and any trailers and everything. But let's say my expectations are now a little bit cooled down.